Okay, so shared by Business Tech South Africa, they says Volkswagen says local car maker are undervalued in South Africa and the government failures are making it hard to compete in the country. Hi, the name is Vidashi. Welcome to Vidashi Studios. Well, we are discussing Africa and South Africa here. Well, a manufacturing company, Volkswagen, that's an automobile that produce or manufacture their cars in South Africa. They have been complaining recently for the past few days though. They have been complaining and complaining. They are saying that the government failures are making it so hard for them to compete in the South African automobile sector or industry right now. And then this is the second time they are complaining though. Well, that's Volkswagen, VW. So this one says no. Your cars are just ridiculously expensive. You pay for less, many features come standard in the Chinese car while you charge extra for those features. Revise your business model. Well, that's South African though. She is saying no though. You guys are actually we are paying more for just normal car settings where Chinese people we can get it. All those are just normal models, but we are getting it cheaper. But you guys are having the same thing on your cars and it's too expensive here. Again, this one says they must reduce the price of their cars. It's that simple. All right. And now, lastly, this one says greed. They want maximum returns. Their cars are already overpriced. They have government subsidized and still want to squeeze some more. They are making loads of money here. They are also closing factories in Germany because the German economy is in shit after they allowed Ukraine to blow their cheap gas pipeline. So they're looking to squeeze more money from other countries. Well, these are some claims and takes from other South Africans believing that these takes or complaints that Volkswagen have been making recently is too much. And some believe it's greed. Some also believe that they are lying, their models, and it's just like the Chinese cars. Why they don't want to reduce the prices though? And others believe that the simple thing for them to do is just really reduce their price. But hey, the Volkswagen Group actually came with their reasons and why they are saying that. Well, I think let's see the side of the other coin though. These are how some South Africans think. Let's see what they are actually crying about here. Let's go. So shared by Business Tech, it says the Volkswagen says local car makers are undervalued in South Africa. They have little protection from cheaper imports and must pay the cost of government failures to remain operational. This in turn hurts investment in South Africa's motor manufacturing industry and ultimately costs consumers more. Okay, so this is the reason why you guys are paying more for the Volkswagen cars. So let's go. So he's saying, speaking at National Automobile Dealers Association NADA event this past week, Volkswagen Group Africa Chair and MD Martina Bain outlined the company's significant challenges in South Africa. So she says, this includes the additional costs imposed on manufacturers due to unreliable electricity supply, inefficient transport and logistics, and operational difficulties at the country's ports. Okay, so these are the reasons or the causes of why they are having high prices for their cars. One is unreliable electricity supply, inefficient transport and logistics, and operational difficulties at the country's ports. These are the reasons they are actually facing here. Now, let's go in. So he says, Bain highlighted Volkswagen's recent investment in generators at its Carriger facility to mitigate the impact of an inconsistent power supply. These are additional costs that manufacturers should bear, which invariably deter consumers. In quotes, she says, we now have two generators that cost around 130 million rand because we need to quite a bit of power. But every day around those generators, it costs 1.6 million rand, Bain explained. She noted that this was a direct cost of doing business in Nelson Mandela Bay, and the company will not recover those costs or these costs. Wow. Okay, so she also came and says, compounding the issue is that these additional expenses are not just an issue for Volkswagen, but extended to other manufacturers and sectors on which local car production relies. Earlier this year, automotive component makers and vehicle manufacturers, including Volkswagen and Toyota, called on the government to intervene in steel giants ArcelorMittal South Africa, that's AMC, plant shutdown. The concern was that AMSA's closure would disrupt supply chain, threaten localization efforts, and potentially lead to deindustrialization. Now, they're saying that is added to the pricing of cars because that the money must come from somewhere, she said. Okay, so there you have it. These are the reasons and things of the Volkswagen Group. They are actually believing that the high cost of or the reasons why their cars are so expensive in South Africa, that people think that as long as it's being manufactured in South Africa, it should be cheaper. They are saying that there are some things that are actually worrying them. Some of the issues is one is electricity supply, two is inefficient transport and logistics, and three is operational difficulties at the country's ports. These three things are actually worrying them. And lastly, they are saying that the AMSA, that is the country's metal company that was about to shut down, was actually also a big blow to them, that they were afraid that it can lead to deindustrialization in the sector, where even them and Toyota complain about. Okay, so basically they are saying that it's actually the cost of production that are making their cars more expensive in South Africa than the imported cars. So if you're a South African here, these are the reasons. Is the reason fair enough for you, or do you think they can still do something about it, or do you think your government is the one causing all these issues? At the comment section, let me see and know what you think. This is African Time. The name, will, and as always will be Vadashi Studios. Thank you for your time.